As you know, with bars, clubs, and theaters closed, many local musicians, actors, and other performers are suddenly out of income. Amanda Press joins us via FaceTime because she had an idea to broadcast shows via Facebook Live to help them get through until the gigs started happening again. Good morning to you, Amanda.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited to have found you. You had a friend recommend you to me and the page that you're doing on Facebook. So just explain a little bit about how you came up with this. This is the Milwaukee Online Concert and Comedy Experience.
Yes. So I come from a theater background. I'm a photographer now, but I used to be a costume designer. So a lot of my friends are theater folks, musicians, comedians, other types of performers. And we started this group on March 15th. So it was right after the governor's order that reduced gathering sizes to 50 people. And that's when several days before we started staying home and they closed down all of the bars and everything, it was just a matter of gigs being canceled. And suddenly performers who had theater shows, they spent weeks and months preparing, and live shows at clubs, all of this was being canceled with absolutely no idea when it would resume. And so I contacted a few musician friends of mine to see if they would be up for performing live on Facebook, and they all said yes.
Well, it's
And
so
so
cool.
yeah,
I've
thanks.
looked at the page. I've seen some of the people that are doing it. And here's the deal. I think so many of us are binge watching shows and it can get old. And we want to support local artists. We want to see the scene thrive. And so you've created these like virtual tip buckets and different ways for them to also make money while they're doing this. So explain exactly how it works.
Sure. We have the group, and there's an events page on the group, and anyone who is interested in doing their performance live can add an event. And in the description, when you go live, you can put your Venmo, your PayPal, your Cash App, your Facebook payments, however you want to accept tips. And then people who log in and spend 5 minutes or an hour watching you can throw some money in the bucket so that people who are stuck at home, who've lost all of their income, have some grocery money. Other people are even using it as fundraisers for nonprofits. Some are splitting the tips between themselves and food pantries or doing fundraisers for hospitals. It's really amazing the way people have taken it and made it their own.
It's true. The human spirit is so beautiful, and it's really neat seeing some of the things you've had. I watched the show Greg Bundage did the other night. Ben Tainai, who's a friend of ours, was singing. I know another thing is that you've been surprised by some of the other people going on. I saw a bar workout as well from like DanceWorks. And so people are teaching classes and doing things like that as well.
They are, which is an amazing thing that I hadn't really thought of. At the time, I didn't know we were going to be home all the time. So as people have kind of spread the word to all of their friends, people have offered, like you said, DanceWorks is teaching classes online. There have been belly dance instruction and things like that. It's really cool to see this not only finding a way to connect us to each other during this quarantine, but also a possible way to develop new clients for businesses once they get rolling again. So, if you've never been to DanceWorks before and you take a class from home, maybe you'll sign up for a ballet class this fall. I think it's an amazing way to get people to have greater reach through social media now that we're all spending so much more time on social media.
It's true. It makes us feel less isolated. It makes us feel connected. And I think it's such a cool outlet for small businesses as well as these entrepreneurs and entertainers alike.
Yeah. There's even kids programming now. So we've got Princess Story Hour. All of these businesses are producing their own work, but I'm using the group to aggregate all of those things to one place so that if you're bored with your kids, we've got show and tell, we've got story time, we've got puppet shows, all kinds of things have developed out of this just in the last 2 weeks.
Well, it's so cool. And like you said, you can look at the events part and see what's coming up so that you can put it on your calendar. It's free to be a part of the Facebook page, obviously. It's free to watch these things. And then it's truly, if you have the money or the means to be able to tip and help people survive during this time, then you can do that. But it's not required, right?
No, it's not required. It's free for everybody to watch. Just like, you know, if you were going to see it at a club, just knowing that the artists aren't getting paid to do this, throw in what you can because you appreciate what they're doing to make our lives a little more cheerful during this time.
It's so true. Well, I think that's exactly what you're doing as well. So thank you so much for starting it, Amanda, and sharing it with
Of
us.
course. Well, thank you so much for having me on the show. I appreciate it, and it's wonderful to talk to you.
You as well. I want to give the Facebook page so everybody can join. It's the Milwaukee Online Concert and Comedy Series. You can find it on Facebook under the group Milwaukee Online Concert.